Hi, I'm Anita of My Jig and I podcast, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a fantastic day. And if you're seeing the show for the very first time, be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. Well, today is my birthday, guys, and I am just grateful to God that He has brought me this far. You know, when I pray at night, I always ask God for one thing. I always ask Him to keep me around until my children can fend for themselves. And I'm just grateful to be here, knowing that a lot of people, especially during COVID, did not make it. So, to God be the glory. To God be the glory. And I just thank God for my blessings every day. I thank Him for the blessings of my children, my 4 children. They truly make me happy, and they truly fulfill and complete my life. So for that, I am grateful. And I went out today with my oldest son, and tonight it will be dinner with my 3 younger ones. So I'm having the best of both worlds today. So I'm truly and truly grateful. And I've always asked God just to keep me for my children, just to keep me around for my children. Anyways, enough about me. Just want to shout at anybody that is watching the show right now that's an Aries baby and that is celebrating a birthday as well today. So happy birthday to you. Anyways, let's get into our show. So once again, the Palace is added. The Palace PR is in full swing. And that is the reason why Jobson could say anything about Charles's grandchild, Archie, and get away with it. And there is no consequences for whatever he says. And he is naturally, as most of them in the United Kingdom, is the royal family PRs. Okay? So Jobson is coming out with his book, and he is claiming some things in his book that I believe can come from nowhere else but directly from the palace, and particularly from Camilla. I almost said Camilla. Diana referred to her like that, by the way, people. And a Rottweiler. Okay, so the information that he's hearing is coming directly from the palace indeed. And as I said, that manipulator, Camilla, she finally have her title. She should be happy and she should let things go. She's going to be quote unquote queen. So she should be happy right now and stop the literal smear campaign against the Sussexes. And what she's essentially doing is making her people look really bad. You know, when Meghan did that interview with Oprah, she gave Kate a lot of grace for the fact that Kate had brought her flowers and apologized for her behavior during the time Meghan was putting on her wedding. She didn't even want to discuss the event, the so-called event that was out there in the press that was saying that Meghan made, Kate cry. Meghan said it was the other way around, and she said she didn't even want to talk about it. That is how classy Meghan is. She's a real classy woman, and the fact that Kate had already apologized, there was no need to even go further with it. But what Kate is now doing is telling people that going out there when the late queen passed away to receive and to look at the flowers and to greet people at Kensington Palace was the hardest thing that she's ever done. That woman should keep her mouth shut, literally, because she is literally making herself look bad. Meghan and Harry has not discussed that moment. They've kept that to themselves. And right now she's talking about it. It just makes her look terrible. That even in time of mourning, even in time of grief, Harry's grandmother, the only person that really cared about him, passed away. And here they are going out there to meet the, the well-wishers, and just to look at the different flowers and the the notes that were left for the late queen. That was hard for copycat Kate to deal with Meghan and Harry, when literally she saw Meghan young and new on the scene in England, and she gave her a hard time. She didn't welcome her in. She should be ashamed of herself talking that kind of way. It just stays exactly the kind of person that she is: inhumane and selfish, wanting everything for herself and thinking of only herself. It just makes her look bad. Every time people in that palace opens their mouth, they just look bad, and it always backfires on them. They should just stop. That's what I have to say. So another thing again that Jobson said was that Meghan apparently wanted to join the conversation at the meeting that they had at Sandrian via telephone. Now, we don't know how true that is, but it must have came from inside of the palace, if that is the case, and that they denied her the opportunity to listen in on the conversation, although the topic was about, she and Harry and their family in general. So now they're putting that out there. Now, they don't want to end anything. They want to drag out this nonsense because it just makes them look bad. And I don't understand how and why they're talking about this, which does not shed a good light on them. It just makes them look horrible. And they say they want peace and they want the Sussexes to leave them alone and not talk about them. But they're inviting people to discuss them at this moment. So as I said, every foot they put, it is wrong. They say kids cannot put a foot wrong. It seems like they're putting all their feet wrong over there. They should just stop. Stop with the gossip. Stop with using royal reporters as their PR. Camilla should just stop. She has her title. She should be quiet. And it is just a shame that the late queen was not honored when she requested that Camilla be called queen consort. Instead, they had to force it upon the people and go against the wishes of the queen by calling Camilla Queen Camilla. This is a woman that has created so much pain for Charles's children. And I strongly believe, and there are a lot of people out there that strongly believe, that if it wasn't for her, Diana would still be here. So she has caused a lot of pain, but yet she is passing on information of what is being said behind closed door to create hysteria and for people to attack Harry and Meghan and to continue the conversation that is unnecessary about the Sussexes. She has a title. So it is just sad. And Charles, and I don't know what kind of king he's going to be, but he certainly doesn't have a backbone. He cannot say no to Camilla because she's a master manipulator. Everybody knows that. He cannot say no to her. Even he goes against what his mother requested, and it just shows why the queen did not want to retire and give up the throne, because she knows her son Charles is weak. So definitely the queen knew why she didn't, give that throne to Charles earlier, because he is weak. When it comes to Camilla, he lets her have her way. He would even sacrifice his own children for that woman. I don't know what it is about her. I don't know what spell she has over him. But that's how things are playing out. It's just sad. Now, I just want to touch a little things. I'm talking about Charles right now and his trip to Germany. It seems that Charles is recognizing that, the handwriting is on the wall, in the sense that the Commonwealth nations and the United Kingdom and the monarchy sovereign states are sort of separating themselves from that monarchy. And as I said, Charles is very calculating. He saw what happened to William and Kate when they went on their Caribbean royal tour. He saw what happened to Sophie and Edward. And what he said to himself is to look to Europe and try to develop or strengthen those relationships that they sabotaged and almost destroyed with their ridiculous Brexit. They were looking to trade with the Commonwealth nations and their sovereign states, but they see that these people, instead of coming closer to them, they want, very little to do with them. He's saying that there is starting to be a divide, a separation. People are looking for their own autonomy. They want to be a republic. They want their own independence. So he's starting to notice that. So where does he go? I knew he was up to something. Where does he go? He goes to Europe. He goes back to see if he can rekindle and strengthen those relationships that they literally destroyed during Brexit. So what the United Kingdom does and the government does, they send Charles over there. But as I said, that the UK government, that is the people that is going to one day end that monarchy. Not Harry and Meghan as they believe, but it's the government that Charles and the politics that Charles is going to get involved with is what that's going to cause the end of that monarchy. So a lot is going on, and it's interesting too that here you have everybody is concerned about whether Harry and Meghan is going to be at the coronation or the coronation, as I call it. They said that Monday was the last day. Monday past was the last day for the RSVP for people to respond to the invitation. So I don't know if the Sussexes responded or not. Nobody knows except for the Sussexes and those people who sent out the invitation. But it's starting to look like the Sussex, and I don't want to say anything, but I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that they do the right thing. And just don't go. I'm gonna say it. It's getting to be ridiculous. The fact that Kate and them came out and they said this was one of the, Kate said it was one of the hardest thing to do, to, you know, to be with Harry and to go on that walkabout. No, I think Meghan and Harry and their children doesn't need to be around these people. They certainly don't. So we shall see anyways. But it's not looking good for that royal family. More and more people are starting to boo them. People are starting to ask them questions very loud. First it was not my king. They're still saying not my king, but they're adding on to it. They have questions that they want answered. Like, why is Charles not paying inheritance tax? And why they're wasting money on this coronation and so on. So the people are getting louder. The noise is getting louder and louder. People are asking questions, and he has to answer those questions eventually. So a lot is happening. There's a lot to report on. I will have, like, I want to do stories on like I used to do on royalty, with, you know, going into the history of this royal family, you know, digging deep into, you know, the history of slavery, which is right now on the forefront of you know, conversations about the monarchy right now. The there's this newspaper in England that is really hitting them very hard, and there are a lot of good stories in there, you know, hard investigative stories in there. And I want to look into those stories and bring them to you for sure. But anyways, it is my birthday, and I'm gonna continue celebrating my birthday. So take care and have a pleasant day. Bye.